Welcome to Jersey's Best Podcast, your weekly deep dive into everything that makes New Jersey spectacular, bizarre, beautiful, sometimes annoying, but always the best. My name is Jeremy Schneider. I'm a food and culture reporter for NJ.com and This Our Ledger, and I'm also your host. A weekly reminder to send episode suggestions, guest ideas, and questions to us at jerseysbestpodcast@gmail.com and follow us at Jersey's Best Podcast on Instagram, TikTok, Threads, and Blue Sky. Shoot us an email, give us a follow, like and subscribe, all that good stuff. This week, Jersey's Best Podcast is talking about the biggest food story in NJ.com history. Because no state has better food than New Jersey, no food team covers New Jersey's dining scene like NJ.com, and no one has ever taken on a project quite like this. Look, if you name a food in New Jersey, chances are we've ranked it. Bagels, chicken parm, pizza, tacos, Jewish delis, Italian delis. We've ranked restaurants up and down the state and built dining guides for all of the state's best food towns. But no one has been crazy or hungry enough to rank all the restaurants in this deliciously diverse state. Until now. That's right, this week we're talking about NJ.com's official ranking of the 99 best restaurants in the great state of New Jersey, which was just released yesterday, and I'm sure everyone loved every single entree and completely agreed with it. I wish we could break down all 99 restaurants on the list, but we would be here all day, all night, and I'd get really, really hungry. So instead, I'll be joined by three of NJ.com's food and culture reporters, Chris Burch, Lauren Musni, and Pete Genovese, to break down some of their top picks from the list. Chris, Lauren, and Pete will be giving us a fancy restaurant from the list, a fast restaurant from the list, and a favorite from the list. Then we'll break down the top 10 and, of course, crown the number one restaurant in all of New Jersey. There was no debate, no controversy. I promise we were all in agreement. Joining me first is our South Jersey representatives, one of our South Jersey representatives. Let me start over. Joining me first is Chris Burch. Chris, welcome back to Jersey's Best Podcast. I know this isn't your first time. You said last time you were here you're going to be back, and here you are.
Yeah, I don't lie much. So this is my second go-around here. I'm excited to be back, incredibly excited about this project we got going. I'm sure everybody loves it, or, well, as it already came out before this pod was released, everybody loves all the entries on there. 99 best restaurants in New Jersey, the great Garden State. Amazing food scene, and we were very hungry, very diligent, and we got this list out, and I hope you guys enjoy.
I hope so too. Please like and subscribe. Read the article. Chris, when you started this article, when you started this, were you excited? Were you nervous? Were you hungry? How are you feeling? I mean, this is a big undertaking. Yeah,
it's kind of funny because as much as we eat, I feel like I'm never hungry anymore. I'm just always eating. I was very excited. I didn't know how much work it would be necessarily. I'm glad I didn't have to do all 99 restaurants myself. Thank you, guys. So that was fun. But yeah, overall, this was something good, something trailblazing, something we could be proud of, something we were the first ones to really put a list together this in-depth of the state and this accurate as well. So excited for it.
Exactly. And what I like about this list so much is that it isn't just fine dining. It isn't just diners or dives. It's everything. It runs the complete gamut, and today's selections are gonna reflect that. So, Chris, give me your fancy pick from this list.
So my fancy pick of the entries that I had on the 99 list is this is very interesting because it's a sandwich shop during the day, but it's a fine dining experience by night. So we got Bowie's in Manasquan. It's a little shack, little surf kind of spot. During the day you'll find breakfast sandwiches or lunch sandwiches. I know they have cheesesteaks, a bunch of different pork roll sandwiches, stuff like that. But at night when the sun sets, this place is nice. This is a swanky. This is a very nice kind of spot. It feels like a dinner party more than a restaurant. Prefix dinner, I think it's set at $95-ish bucks. I want to say 5 courses. When we went, and the menu rotates weekly. When we went, we had amazing courses. We had steak tartare, some crab fritters, bucatini pasta with like a bay cream. I had an Arctic char. I believe you had a pork chop.
The pork chop was phenomenal.
Pork chop was really good. And then everything was finished off with an amazing dessert, a cronut with ice cream and currant jam. But overall, it's just one of those kind of spots you'll only find in New Jersey. One of those really interesting spots that has the duality of an everyday common sandwich shop or breakfast shop, and then the fancy dinner party, a fine dining experience at night. So really nice.
Bowie's came in at number 66. I was very excited to get this on the list. I was excited to eat there with you and Lauren one night. Bowie's is delicious. Bowie's is innovative. You're seeing more and more of these spots that they're doing one thing during the day and one thing at night. It's a good use of real estate. And as good as the fried chicken sandwich during the day is here, the dinner experience, like you said, it feels like a dinner party.
Yeah.
It's like, and you get, and it's funny. It's hard to get a reservation because it's a small space. But
incredibly hard.
We had to fight for that reservation.
Yeah.
But as you're seated, I mean, everyone's seated at once, and then they bring out the food all at once. So it does feel like a communal experience. And you're right by the beach, and it feels like it smells beachy in there. Like, yeah. I don't know if it was the air freshener or what. And the food was fantastic. One thing I loved with that delicious cronut dessert. They said, yeah, we got a thing of coffee, like a thermos of coffee at the front counter if you want to go get it. So we walked up and just poured yourself a cup of coffee, which kind of broke the fanciness of it, made it remind you that this is a sandwich shop that's also doing dinner. But a very, very cool option. Manasquan, a good food town, maybe an underrated food town down the shore. Chris, what is your fast pick from this list?
My fast or fun, we'll turn that
fast
to
or
one
fun,
side.
whatever.
Fun pick is as about as New Jersey as you can get. It's a food truck. It's viral. It's all over the place. The Colonial Grill in Morristown. Well, now they're in Hoboken as well, but they started in Morristown right there on the green. First time I had Colonial Grill, they're famous for their fresh cut fries topped with a top butt sirloin steak that's lathered in a garlic chimichurri truffle sauce, and it's delicious. And the first time I had the Colonial Grill, it didn't knock my socks off. It knocked my toes off. Like, I'm serious. Like, I probably still got a couple phalanges on the Morristown Green somewhere.
Get
like,
that
you can
checked
go
out,
find.
brother.
Like, yeah. So it was just a beautiful, amazing thing. Father and son run operation. They've been able to expand to a second truck now, but they have a bunch of things. They have like a patacone burger on the plantain bun, Maduro cheesesteak similar to that. The steak and fries are the highlight of everything, but putting out a lot of good things, and I'm excited to see them growing as they keep expanding, booming all over social media and stuff. And this is not just Instagram food. It's not just hype for the clicks and the flashes. Like, this is actually good. And you've heard me speak about Colonial Grill more than once. I know you're probably sick of it, but
no. I admire the passion. Chris told me about this spot. He said we need to write about it. Colonial Grill came in at number 63 on the list. And of course, this is going on the list right after I went on a big rant about how Morristown's an overrated food town. But is
it interesting that maybe one of Morristown's best restaurants is on wheels?
I was gonna say that.
I beat you to it.
We are. New Jersey is no stranger to great food trucks. The grease trucks at Rutgers, rest in peace.
Are you
hungry? Yes, I am. I have not been to Colonial Grill, but you've had me tempted to make the trip to Morristown. Chris, you don't live close to the Colonial Grill, do you?
No, not at all.
How long is the drive for you?
An hour, and I went on a weekday that I was off, so it was a little bit of traffic. I think it was an hour and 21 minutes maybe. Probably an hour and 10, 15 from deep down in Camden County all the way up to Morris County, the heart of Morris County. So yeah.
And you regret nothing, do you?
Oh no, and I've been planning to do it again. I gotta
do
take
it again.
I gotta take a trip this weekend to New York, so I might stop by in Hoboken on the way in and see how long the line is.
Steak frites is a very classic, French dish. I like to see a food truck version of it. Steak fries, same difference. Chris, your last pick for this list. What was one of your favorites?
One of my favorites, and this is a staple, and this is just one that I returned to, something that I got put onto when I was a little younger, going to brunches with my parents and family and stuff like that down in Atlantic City. Kelsey's Atlantic City. There's Kelsey's, there's Kelsey and Kim's, two restaurants, same owner, same concept. Kelsey's is the supper club version, a little bigger, live music, and on the weekends they have a nice brunch of soul food options, breakfast options. You can find a red velvet waffle in there, fried catfish, catfish nuggets, eggs, grits, everything good. But outside of just the brunch, it's a really nice place. It's an elegant place, a nice black-owned place, one of our best black-owned establishments in the Garden State, the illustrious Garden State with so much diversity. And this place shines in Atlantic City, which is often overlooked, I feel like, because Atlantic City was once such a great place. A lot of people, don't see it as what it used to be, but amazing food scene still. And this is definitely one of the top spots, and something that I'm always happy to go to, get some catfish nuggets or some fried chicken and the holy combination of mac and yams.
Kelsey's Atlantic City came in at number 88 on the list, and it's absolutely proof positive that not Jersey City, Freudian as hell. We're going to cut all this. Proof positive that not only is Atlantic City still a thriving food town, but that New Jersey's soul food scene is pretty excellent, isn't it?
Yeah, for sure. And this is not something that we just know or anything. They've been featured on Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives, I want to say. So, the great Guy Fieri with the spiky hair, he was able to pull up and devour some, I want to say, smothered turkey wings, which is another really good option there. And, we're not the only ones that know about it. Thankfully, I don't like when too many people know about it because sometimes it gets busy there on Sundays when I just want brunch. So, but yeah, Kelsey's is worth all the hype.
Chris, thank you so much for coming on. Before you go, where can people find you? Where can they follow your work, et cetera, et cetera?
You can follow me on Instagram at Swish Burch, Swish, SWISH, because I do not miss ever. TikTok, Twitter, or X, formerly Twitter. You can even add me on LinkedIn, Chris Burch, and you'll see my stuff all over NJ.com. And you'll see me again. I'll be back for another episode.
I'll be back. Chris, you're the best. Thanks so much, man.
No problem. It was a fun time, Jeremy.
Pete, welcome back to Jersey's Best Podcast. I love having you on this podcast because anytime I don't have you on and I talk about food, they say, "Where's Pete?" So we got you back now.
Here I am, and thanks for having me again.
Thanks for being here, Pete. You've done a lot of stories for NJ.com. You've never done even you haven't done a story quite like this one, have you? The 99 best restaurants.
No, this is obviously the most epic deep dive that we've ever done in food at NJ.com, which is saying something because we've done some serious, you and I, the pizzas, Lauren and Chris, chicken parm, and so on and so on. We've covered every freaking ethnic cuisine, I think, in New Jersey. But this is on a whole different level. Picking the 99 best restaurants out of, 5,000, 7,000 restaurants?
Thousands and thousands of restaurants.
Hundreds of cuisines, and coming to some agreement. It wasn't just one person picking. It was 4 or 5 of us. And it was this list is going to
ruffle some feathers.
Yes. I was searching for the right,
some delicious feathers. And Pete, if you could just please try to stay on the mic. Just if you want to move it closer, whatever. Maybe that's better. Awesome. But Pete, talking about breaking this down with the whole team was a lot of fun, and obviously you had a million entries. You had a million suggestions for the list. Wrote a bunch of the entries. But let's break down a few of your favorite. What was your favorite for fancy options from this list?
Fancy options, and again, the list covers the whole state. And we've been to all. Here's the big difference between our lists and a lot of other lists you find on other websites. We actually go to the freaking restaurants. What an idea!
What a concept!
We have to review a restaurant that you've actually been to. So the Circle in Friedan, which way up in Sussex County, minutes from the New York border. White tablecloths. Succinct menu, but the dishes are complex. The burrata, red cabocha squash, Calabrian chili crisp, vincato. I had to look that one up. Vincato? What the heck is vincato? Syrup made from grapes. Syrup made from grapes. The vincato. That might be the best appetizer you'll eat all year. And they do just marvelous meat and fish dishes. Again, it's a drive. It's way out in the middle of nowhere, but it's worth the drive from anywhere.
I love that we have this on the list, not just because it sounds like an incredibly delicious option. The chefs met while they were at Jean Georges in New York City, so they have a fine dining background. But Friedan, I don't think I've ever been up there, and that's way out in Sussex County, right?
Yep. And there's some great driving roads up there. 519, 521. They're on my list of best scenic roads. If you have a motorcycle, you're in heaven.
Pete, do you have a motorcycle? Are you hiding something from us?
With all the troubles with my Jeep, I just might get a motorcycle. Motorcycles are pretty maintenance free. But yeah, it's just a great drive from anywhere, especially if you're coming from Hudson, Essex, a more populated part of the state. But it's just spend a day up there and taking the countryside and the fine dining at the Circle.
In your writing for this restaurant, you mentioned is it foie gras, peanut butter, and jelly?
It's no peanut butter and jelly is actually used. It just sort of looks that way.
Okay.
When it's done, when it's constructed, Brioche or Windy Brow, which is a great farm.
Nearby, right?
Yeah, nearby. Minutes. Great ice cream. Oh, my God. The ice cream at Windy Brow. You must try it. What else? Black sesame butter. I think it's just the color and the different ingredients. They call it nectarine Cointreau. I mean, that's may not scream PB&J, but it certainly makes the effect.
I think it says a lot about New Jersey that you can find fine dining all the way up in Sussex County. There are multitudes.
Was that a Sussex County put down?
No. It was a compliment.
Okay.
You can find fancy food out in Sussex. You can find divey food in Essex County. This state runs the gamut when it comes to food. Pete, what was your pick for fast option?
Fast option is I'm taking it to Camden. Yeah, that's right, Camden. Totally, it gets no love for anything, for the sights, for the food, attractions. But Camden, the lunchbox, right? You can't miss it. It's right in front of City Hall. One of the great structures of New Jersey. It'll take your breath away. But the lunchbox, and it's in a shipping container.
That's so cool.
I think we've got to do a ranking of shipping container turned restaurants.
How many would there be?
There are, there's more than you think.
Okay.
There more. The best lemonade in Jersey Shore is in Asbury Park, the Pucker, in a shipping container. So the lunchbox, a short menu, just sandwiches. You're not going to get any entree type items there, but their chicken salad, it might be better than any chicken salad in any deli in New Jersey. It's that good. Tuna salad is close behind, but the lunchbox, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, I think it is. Check their Facebook page is a little sketchy. But go up there.
That's the mark of a good restaurant. If you're not paying attention,
care about
to
our Facebook page.
Exactly.
We care about our customers.
Exactly. I love that we're not. There's some very famous sandwiches in Camden, and they might be on this list. You got to read the whole article, but we're not talking about that. We're talking about the lunchbox. I'm a sucker for chicken salad, especially if it comes out of a shipping container. Why not? That sounds delicious. Pete, your favorite pick from this list?
Well, my favorite pick, I've sung their praises since the day I was born, I think. It seems like. The Summit Diner in Summit. It's not, it's probably the oldest diner in New Jersey. It's just a classic barrel roof. No, it was not originally a train car. A big misconception about diners. Very few of them were actual train cars. But, the barrel roof, diner-like counter, Formica counter, self-serve water dispenser, a bathroom which is the size of most people's
closet.
Less than the closet, half a closet. It's just a one-of-a-kind place. Is it the best diner food in New Jersey? No, and I've never said that. But on my list of the best diners in New Jersey, 41 best diners, you can look it up, is number one. For history, tradition, atmosphere, and the food, Taylor ham sandwiches. It's got the whole package, one of a kind, and it's in the middle of one of New Jersey's most prosperous, Lux towns too, right smack in the center of town. Summit Diner, easy to get to if you have a train, real easy to get to. Take the train, walk across the park, and you're right at the diner. But it's my favorite diner in New Jersey, which is saying something.
It is the quintessential New Jersey diner experience. We could talk about diners all day. We do for a living. But Summit Diner, it's the old school charm, the throwback vibe. I'd say it's the food is a B, and the vibe is an A plus. Definitely cash only, right? I think I've found myself scrambling around Summit for an ATM after I want to get some Taylor ham.
And if you want to do the total spectrum of New Jersey diners, check out CBS Business Insider. You can find it easy enough. They interviewed me and a few other people.
Flex.
But they profiled the Summit and Tops Diner. You can't get two diametrically opposed restaurants than those two.
That is duality of diner here in New Jersey.
So look it up, CBS Business Insider, and you'll see your favorite face on that, among other people.
Pete, thank you so much for joining us. I'm gonna have you on again in a little bit to talk about some of your top 10 picks. But before then, where can people find you? Where can people follow you, et cetera, et cetera?
Pete Genovese at NJ.com, Twitter at Pete Genovese, Instagram Pete Knows Jersey, and check out my new secret exclusive newsletter called Jersey Secret Sauce. It has nothing to do with sauce. You can find that easy enough. Today it hits every Thursday at noon, and today was at a sort of under the radar wing, New Jersey's most colorful wing joint up in Scotch Plains. So that's today, every Thursday at noon.
Pete Genovese, the legend, thank you so much. Joining me now, once again on Jersey's Best Podcast, Lauren Musni, food writer extraordinaire. Lauren, last time we were here, we were talking about ice cream, which was delicious. Now we're talking about all the 99 restaurants, the 99 best restaurants in New Jersey. This was a tough story, wasn't it?
It was, but it was a lot of fun. I feel like not just the restaurants we did for work, but now it's like going back into my childhood, like, oh, what I went to before with my family. And yeah, I think I feel like ever since I worked this job, I thought I knew so much about New Jersey, and now I'm in this job, I don't know anything about New Jersey.
I think you know something.
I know, but like it's like being in the city now, where it's like, oh, you can live in the city but still not experience the city. And now I feel like New Jersey has become that, and like I just love it. You learn something new every single day, and it's just I love it. I can't explain.
I think that the undertaking of this story was a reminder of just how vast and numerous the food options in New Jersey are. But we went across the state for this thing. We went all the way up north to Bergen County, all the way south to May County, and everywhere in between. You mentioned restaurants from your childhood, Lauren. Your fancy option, you told me before this that it's a place you were going as a kid, and what place is that?
It is Valenka in Elizabeth. So they've been open since 1989. It was founded by Martino and Teresa Pereira. And I've been going there since I can't even remember, like maybe 10 or something. I was definitely double digits. I can tell you that. And I feel like whenever my family loves a place, we go there every single time we have a celebration, every single time we have family coming over. It's just the same place every single time, which no complaints. If it's a good place, I will gladly go back every single time. It's a Portuguese place. The menu like has dishes like grilled lobster, steamed clams, veal chops, and a full lineup of seafood stews and paella. That's important. And there's also an opportunity for guests to cook either their own steak, shrimp, tuna, or lobster on a hot stone in front of you at the table. I was 10 years old. That's the first time I actually grilled my own steak. Was at Valenka's in a hot stone. So just imagine like this hot stone with raw steak on it. I was 10 years old. I'm just like, how do I do this? And my mom just said, figure it out.
Yo,
and I did it.
That is trial by fire or hot stone or whatever. Sheesh.
It was a little well done, but still edible. I'll give my 10-year-old self some credit. And yeah, I feel like every time I visit, the service is always so warm. The dining room is lively, and the aroma of sizzling meats and savory eats just can't be beat there.
I recently ranked the restaurants in Elizabeth, and Valenka was very high on the list. Elizabeth's a very underrated food town. Has some really great dining options, whether it's Santillo's, whether it's the hot dogs in this area. You have Tommy's, you have Jerry's. And the Italian presence is actually dwindling, which is kind of crazy to see. But it's more diverse than you realize. And Valenka, it feels like a special occasion place.
Every single time.
It is. I mean, I too did the hot stone thing when I was there. And tell you what, I'm comfortable cooking steak on a hot stone. We did surf and turf, so we were doing lobster as well. And I don't know when lobster's cooked. That was a crapshoot. I had some lobster sushi that day, but no, it has a reputation in Elizabeth for a reason. Elizabeth, not that far from Newark. You know, the Ironbound, like you wrote this in the story, the Ironbound gets a lot of credit for that diversity and those dining options. But Elizabeth, right there as well.
And you also wrote a story about the Ironbound, which was a fantastic story that you wrote, I think, in 2022.
Wow, someone did their homework. That was a fun story. There's some Ironbound representation on this story for sure. Lauren, what is your pick for fast restaurant?
So fast restaurant, I picked Ramen Agomi they have more than one location now. They have 2 in New Brunswick, 1 in Freehold, and 1 in Lawrence Township at the Quaker Bridge Mall. I feel like this place, especially when I went to Rutgers, my first time there was before I went to Rutgers, and I'm just like, oh, I can't wait to attend and come here every single day. I didn't, but I went there, I would say maybe once or twice a week, if that. So it was started by Jeffrey Unidarto and Sebastian Cariotti, who also own Butterfish in Rutherford. They also own Poke Nagomi in New Brunswick. And I think
got a fish dynasty out here.
Yeah, exactly. And I think their first shop in New Brunswick in the basement of a house. And I remember I went there and was like, there's a restaurant here in the basement of someone's.
Ramen.
Yeah. And then it was super packed. I was like, oh, I guess the ramen must be super good here. And I think ever since they opened in 2016, they just had a cult following. I remember at my old job, all of us would just go there after work and just relish in all their ramen. My favorite, which is the #1 bowl in New Jersey that we ranked on our best ramen list, was their truffle butter ramen. It's only available for fall and winter. It's fall and winter now, so I should really make a trip to go there now. So the bowl is steamed with pork bone stock, pork belly, sweet corn, scallions, truffle compound butter. egg, nori, which is seaweed, and then when the dish comes to the table, you mix the truffle compound butter into the broth, watch it melt, like get all over the broth. And yeah, it's my favorite bowl in New Jersey. Since it's fall and like winter, I should really make a trip there because it's after winter, it's gone.
I gotta focus. I'm settling. Oh, I gotta focus. I'm shifting into soup mode, baby. Ramen mode. Lauren, you just got me so hungry.
Sorry.
I feel like you know ramen better than anyone. What are the tenets of a good bowl of ramen?
It has to be steaming hot. I feel like it has to have. I like mine with a lot of meat in it or a lot of vegetables. I guess I love vegetarian ramen too. I kind of appreciate that. The broth has to be. I love hearing a broth that's like, oh, it was cooked for like 36 hours because it really enriches that flavor from the bone, the meat, whatever it is, pork, stock, chicken, whatever it is, it's like relishing in that flavor. And a lot of good components has a lot of texture. So like maybe some nori sheets here, the pork belly or something like that, and then sometimes mushrooms, egg. There's also corn sometimes, but I know people are kind of skeevy about, but I like it.
Corn's
nice
great.
crunch.
We love corn in New Jersey.
Exactly.
Put corn in your ramen, people. Don't be a coward.
So definitely a lot of flavor, texture, and just a good variety.
Lauren, what was your pick? What was your favorite from this list?
So my favorite is a Korean barbecue spot and is in what is it? Oh, gotta catch my breath.
You're good. Take your time. You're killing it.
So yeah, it's in a Korean town in Fort Lee. So it used to be called Taste 1080, but now it's called Wooga. So it's also on my best Korean barbecues list, ranked number 1, and for a good reason. I feel like when I first went there, it was a super small place. I'm just like, how can the best Korean barbecue place come from this tiny place? But I feel like that's where the best food comes from. And I knew the spot was going to be killer the second I tried their banchan, which is like their little appetizers. And so they had cucumber salad, which wasn't overly spicy, which I appreciate. And they had this amazing kimchi that was beautifully fermented in the banchan. And the restaurant's pristine setup was attentive with like staff that was knowledgeable. The person I had the first time I went was actually an old Michelin star chef.
Yo.
Yeah, who used to own a Korean barbecue spot in the city, and he moved to New Jersey. And he explained it so well, like, I'm going to do this with your pork belly or this with your short rib. And the meats arrived beautifully marbled and artfully arranged on like wooden boards. What is it? Talking too fast.
You're crushing it.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, you're doing great. You're making me so hungry.
I know, I'm getting hungry too.
Yeah.
And they also have steamed eggs, so silky. Oh, that's my favorite part with their steamed eggs. It's like so picturesque. It's like you can only almost see it like it's about to spill over the stone bowl, but it's not. And it was a small place, but then I heard earlier this year from someone who was kind of salty that I put them on low on the Korean barbecue list. Like, hey, I drove past them today and they're closed. And I was like, no way they're closed. There's no way. And then they said like, oh yeah, like they're number 1 on NJ.com's Korean barbecue list. I'm just like, well, number 1, yeah, I know, I wrote it. So of course I know they're number 1. And then I immediately messaged them like, hey, I heard you guys were closed. And they're like, no, we're just closed for renovations. I was like, oh, thank God. So they actually made the space bigger, which is great because now it just like more. They always have a wait time, so now I feel like the building's bigger, so it's not as many people trying to cram in one space, so it's a lot bigger. But no, I went there recently to check out the new space. It's beautiful. But yeah, didn't compromise the food at all, so definitely a must try if you're in for Korean barbecue.
If you haven't had Korean barbecue before, what are you doing with your life? It's delicious.
There's so many spots all over the state, not even just in Fort Lee, but now it's like, I feel like it started in Fort Lee, and it's like spreading out to the state. So I think it's like there's one more in Central now, some in South. So I feel like it's slowly making its way all over the state.
And it's absolutely delicious. Lauren, thank you so much for joining us. Where can people read you, follow you, et cetera, et cetera?
So you can follow me on Instagram at Lauren Giselle Musni, Twitter, X, I'm not really on there, but you can follow me on Lauren G. Musni, and then on TikTok, Lauren G930. And you can follow us on NJ.com, subscribe, like, all that good stuff.
All right, so I'm gonna try to move on to the top 10, and you're gonna say, hey Jeremy, what about your picks? All right, is that cool?
So you're gonna say something first?
So I'm gonna basically we want to make it seem like
okay, gotcha.
All right, I think it's time for us to talk about the top 10.
Wait, hold up! You didn't say your picks, your favorite, fast, fancy, and your favorite spot.
You're
going too quick. You're going way too quick.
Little old me.
You're a food writer too. You're on this team.
People want to know my food opinions?
You're on this team.
I wasn't prepared at all. Brings out giant thing of notes. All right, this story was so much fun. This story was really hard. You know, it's almost impossible to boil down New Jersey to 99 restaurants, but we did it somehow. My fancy pick. Number 26 on the list is Lita in Aberdeen. David Vienna's masterful restaurant. It's just like many restaurants in New Jersey, it's in a strip mall. And just like many restaurants in New Jersey, it's amazing in a strip mall. It's Iberian food, Portuguese, and Spanish. I've eaten a ton of Iberian food in the Ironbound, and it's delicious. It's phenomenal, really impressive, really authentic. To see David Vienna's take on this stuff, to elevate it. And I think elevating food, that's a buzzword, and it can be a bad thing, but David Vienna is from Elizabeth. He's Portuguese. He has the background to do this stuff, and he's just doing really impressive stuff there. They have this 900-degree hearth, open flame hearth in the middle of the restaurant. It's like the main character of the restaurant. And I've had a lot of paella for my had a lot of paella in my time at NJ.com. The paella there, unmatched, absolutely incredible. My fast pick, number 32 on the list, Hobby's Delicatessen in Newark. Man, as a Jewish American, going to a nice Jewish deli just soothes my soul unlike anything. And Hobby's, I'm not related to the Brummer family, but they make me feel like family when I'm there. It's that kind of deli. I don't even like pastrami that much. Maybe that's a hot take. Their pastrami converted me. Their pastrami changed my life. And I think maybe the single coolest moment of my food writing career, I got to take my dad to Hobby's, and one of the Brummer brothers came out and said, we're talking, and he says, "Hey, do you want to come see where we brine the pastrami?" And my dad goes, "Do I?" like a kid at a candy store, but
That's so cute.
But it's pastrami. I have a picture of my dad holding a pastrami sandwich at Hobby's, and he's smiling like a kid on Christmas, and it was very cool. Look, it's a iconic place. We throw around institution, iconic, beloved, but Hobby's really is all those things. They've been around since the 60s. They survived the race riots in Newark. The pastrami, just their turkey sandwich is incredible. Their matzo ball soup, their baked goods. They do great matzo rye around Passover. They do crazy knishes. They did a meatball parm knish that was out of this world. I love that spot. Even they're a bunch of Devils fans. I'm a Rangers fan. We still find a way to make it work. We get along. My favorite, and this is tough because, how do you pick your favorite? But number 29 on the list, Shan Shan Noodles in Parsippany. There are so many great different noodle presentations and preparations in New Jersey, and I couldn't pick just one. But if I had a short list, the hand-pulled noodles at Shan Shan, absolutely incredible, just divine. You get to see them pulling the noodles. That they have like a window into the kitchen, and you can see these incredible chefs. They're whipping the noodles, they're slapping the noodles, they're cutting the noodles, and they bring them out to you, and they're chewy, and they're coated in hot oil and chilies and cumin lamb and they have beef noodle soup, and the noodles are so long they give you scissors to cut them. You've been to Shan Shan, right?
I have.
Shan Shan is fire.
Mm-hmm.
It's comfort food. And it's not just noodles. They do they do classics they do authentic like Szechuan Chinese. They do more Americanized Chinese. Their dumplings are like, I like a thick layer, or like a thick wrapper on my dumpling. Where are you at on that?
Depends what kind of dumpling. So
like a steamed pork dumpling.
Okay, yeah. If it's a little thicker, a nice little crisp pan fry, definitely makes a good dumpling.
I am a sucker for restaurant merch, as anyone who watches this show knows. And my friends bought T-shirts at Shan Shan Noodle once, and I didn't get one, and they don't have them anymore, and I'm bummed to this day.
Missed opportunity.
Yeah, but look, Shan Shan Noodles is, and it just goes to show. I think that 2 of my 3 picks were in strip malls in New Jersey. God, New Jersey, we're not just the best mall state, we're the best strip mall state, the best dining in strip mall states. During COVID, I was staying in Morris Plains with my parents, and that's not too far from Parsippany. And one day I was just trying to eat healthy. We weren't doing much. It was COVID, but I was like, screw it, I'm about to have myself a feast at Shan Shan Noodles. And I went and picked up a bunch. And I was just sitting out on the porch eating these noodles and the beef scallion pancake and the dumplings and the chicken and broccoli with garlic sauce. And I was like, life ain't so bad. So those are my favorites. Thanks for letting me get in on that one, Lauren.
You're on the team. I have to represent you too.
I'm here. I'm eating. Lord knows I'm eating. But here it is. Time for the top 10 restaurants Time for the top 10 restaurants on NJ.com's list of the 99 best restaurants in New Jersey. the best of the best. We're going to have every writer come on to talk about their I keep saying entree. I'm so hungry. Every writer's going to come on to talk about their entry. Lauren, you get to start this off at number 10 with 90 Acres in P-Pack.
Mm-hmm. So 90 Acres is a farm-to-table restaurant. It's set on the grounds of Natural Estate that has been open since 2009. This place is gorgeous. Whenever you drive up, you're going to forget that you're in New Jersey. And I'm just like, ooh, they do weddings there. So I'm just like, oh, it'd be nice to get married here, but it probably costs an arm and a leg because the grounds are just so gorgeous. So yeah, it spans about 491 acres. And so the restaurant itself, they have an American menu. It changes based on the seasons to showcase local produce, heirloom vegetables, and thoughtfully raised proteins from their farm on site. So they're not going to another farm. They have a farm on site that they source from. And the setting it's gorgeous. I feel like I went during the fall, so I think they did like a fall-esque type of atmosphere and decor, but it was just gorgeous. It has like rustic charm and like a bit of fanciness to it with an open kitchen and full bar in the back. And even though the menu changes, guests might find like seared fish, tender meats, and like maybe bright vegetable forward plates too. And there's also a selection of cooking classes that are also available to the public. And I feel like just the blend of sophistication and sustainability at this restaurant is just gorgeous. It's beautiful.
When you think fine dining in New Jersey, 90 Acres has to come up.
100%.
It's like a destination way out in P-Pack. I've not yet had a chance to eat there. Maybe we'll change that after this story goes out.
Mm-hmm.
I get to do number 9. Number 9 on the list, 15 Fox Place in Jersey City. Anyone that's read NJ.com's rankings in the past, whether it's our Italian restaurant ranking, whether it's our Jersey City restaurant ranking, whether it's maybe you read my big old feature on 15 Fox Place that I did years ago, no surprise that this place is this high on the list. Every Italian restaurant in New Jersey wants to be what 15 Fox Place is, which is truly home-cooked Italian, because the Bonich family that opened 15 Fox Place used to live in this house. They used to live at 15 Fox Place in the Marion section of Jersey City. And they ran a catering business out of this house. And they eventually decided to start serving meals there. And they don't live there anymore, but on the weekends, I think it's Thursday through Sunday, it turns into a dinner party. And they just bring out course after course after course of incredible, literally homemade Italian food in a house that's been barely outfitted to be a restaurant. It feels like Sunday dinner at your grandma's house. And whether it's the pizza fritas, whether it's the chicken roulade, whether it's the chicken roulade, I think it's roulade, whether it's the chicken roulade, the spaghetti al limone, the polenta arrabbiata is just like out of this world. 15 Fox Place, really hard reservation to get. It is like the ultimate, I'm going to take you out for a good time. Have you been there yet?
I haven't. I was about to ask about the reservation. So how far in advance do you have to book your reservations, would you say?
So it's November of 2025. You could probably start thinking about February 2026.
Oh, geez.
It's like that, unless you mention my name. But that's another story. We got Pete Genovese back on the microphone to break down a couple more of the top 10. Pete, at number 8, we have SLA Thai in Montclair.
Yeah, and you're Mr. Montclair, and but this is my favorite. One of my favorite restaurants in North Jersey. My favorite Thai restaurant in North Jersey for sure. The Tom Yum soup, which is a must. Every time I go to a Thai restaurant, you got to have the Tom Yum soup. That's the sweet, sour, spicy soup. Theirs is the best I've ever had, and that includes Thailand. I've had it out there. It's just these gigantic mushrooms. They weren't your normal out of the box mushrooms. It's just a terrific soup, Tom Yum soup. They did a grilled shrimp salad, which is a terrific seafood salad. It was just a combination. The mixes, the ingredients, the seasonings, everything just sort of really came together there. But that Tom Yum soup, if you've never tried that before, it's a traditional Thai soup. You've got to have it at SLA Thai.
I'll be the first to admit that a lot of Montclair restaurants get overhyped. I've eaten at a lot of them. I grew up eating at them. SLA is not one of them. SLA is incredible. SLA is the only I've been to Thailand. I was recently in Thailand. There are not many restaurants, even in New Jersey, that compare to the food over there. SLA gets pretty dang close. I have not yet had the cow soy there, which is a dish I fell in love with over in Thailand, and I'm dying to try it at SLA. My little SLA story, I've only done takeout there, and every time I've had it, it's been fantastic. I've never eaten in the restaurant, but I did work in that space, there used to be a restaurant there called Uptown that would not make the Montclair 99. It was not a good restaurant, partially because I was a waiter there. So it makes me very happy to see SLA thriving. It has become, it's hard to break into like the Montclair like upper echelon because there are some really, really great restaurants, and SLA has really done it. Pete, number 7, Cafe 2825 in Atlantic City. We just talked about this for our Italian restaurant list, but of course, I mean, not just one of the best Italian restaurants in the state, one of the best restaurants, point blank.
Yeah, where do you start with Cafe 2825? It's on, 2825 refers to its address on Atlantic Avenue. It's right by the Trop, which it's proof that you don't need to eat at any of the casinos for great food in Atlantic City. They won our Best Italian Restaurant Showdown, 7-8 years ago. I visited out of 8 at 60 restaurants, narrowed it down to 10, 8 at 10 more. Actually lost like a pound after all that somehow. I don't know. They were also number 1 on our recent list of best Italian restaurants in New Jersey, and high on our list of the best chicken parm in New Jersey. It's just, when you say Atlantic City and Italian, people, 9 people out of 10 will say Chevola's, which is a fine restaurant. It's a one-of-a-kind. It's an essential Jersey food experience, but Cafe 2825 is better, in my opinion.
In NJ.com's opinion.
Yeah. I mean, they do a pork chop. We have to do we'll make Chris happy and do
Chris
a pork chop ranking. Yeah. Theirs would be definitely on that list. Cafe 2825. But actually, my favorite thing there was the coconut cream cheesecake, which is just, oh man.
It's so
not
good.
your classic New York cheesecake,
Good.
just by description, coconut cream. I mean, it's just true. You got to finish your meal there. And one other thing, insider tip: reservations a little hard to come by. We're partially to blame for that, but you can eat at the bar. They open at 4:30 ish. You can eat anytime at the bar. Full menu at the bar, so you can get around the reservation issue.
Awesome. Got Lauren back for a couple more restaurants. Number 6 on the list. D. Florette in Lambertville. Lauren, what can you tell me about this spot?
So Lambertville, it's a hidden gem in New Jersey. I recently discovered it a little bit before I joined NJ.com. I think it was in 2021. I went on a nice hike to Goat Hill, which is right near Lambertville. And this restaurant, it's very small, but busts out some great food. So Dennis Foy, who was a veteran chef, he has been cooking for almost 5 decades now across the tri-state area before opening D. Florette with his wife Estella. So D. Florette means flower, and it's a 22-seat restaurant, has a nice essence of farm-to-table dining, and they source seasonal ingredients from local New Jersey, and Pennsylvania farms, and the menu changes a lot, but the dishes you'll find are like pasta, homemade tortellini, with Parmigiano Reggiano and pan-seared perch. No matter what's on the menu, it's going to show his refined yet comforting touch. And D. Florette was ranked number 1 on NJ.com's Lambertville Dining Guide, which I was in charge of. And I got a lot of hate the first time the dining guide came out.
Really?
Yeah, this wasn't on the list. And
okay.
When I visited them, Estella was they're the sweetest couple I've ever met. A lot of people went to them. They're like, "Oh, you weren't on the list. Can you imagine that?" And she was like, "Just be nice to her. She's still young. Like she probably was too busy." I'm just like, "Thank you for understanding," because no one else did.
Yeah, no one does that for me.
Yeah.
What the heck, guys?
Yeah. But they were ranked number 1 on the list, and yeah, I just can't wait to go back. It has a nice tablecloth charm, local flavor, a lot of elegance to it, just to name a few things. And it just continues to prove that some of the best Garden State's most exquisite food. It just continues to prove that some of the Garden State's most exquisite food blooms in just the smallest places.
Yeah. When you get back there next, what's the one thing you're definitely ordering? If people are gonna get one thing at D. Florette, what should they get?
The last time I went, they had a soup, and now that it's cold, I've just been craving a lot of soup. No matter what you get on the menu, it's always gonna be good. And I just love how they present their fish. It's not overcooked. I know some places tend to overcook it, but it's perfectly cooked, has a nice sear to it, lots of flavor. So either soup or their fish.
I'm on a recent fish kick, and that sounds delicious. What kind of fish?
So I got their pan-seared perch last time, and that was. I hope they have that next time I go there, but it's not guaranteed because since they change their menu pretty often. But I just hope next time they have it.
I think farm to table gets pretty played out just in the restaurant industry in general, but DeFlorida. It sounds like they do it right.
And like I love farm to table restaurants because it kind of reminds me of the community because they get stuff from farms. They're not even just in New Jersey they get their stuff from, but also Pennsylvania farms since they're right next to the border. And it's like I don't know. I feel like it's like a nice sense of community whenever I hear farm to table restaurants.
Number 5 on the list. I'm gonna call my name for this one. Number 5 is a restaurant we've talked about on this podcast before. We're gonna talk about it again. I'm gonna eat there again, hopefully as soon as possible. Number 5, Razza in Jersey City. What can I say about this restaurant that hasn't already been said by the state press, the national press, international pizza websites that love this spot? Dan Richards' Jersey City Pizzeria truly is the best representation of Neapolitan pizza in the Garden State. It's like maybe you don't like that, and that's okay because sometimes people go to Razza and like, I don't get the hype. Then I ask, do you like Neapolitan pizza? And like, nope. I'm like, exactly. But I've never met someone that doesn't like Neapolitan pizza that has gone there and not been impressed. And the crazy thing about Razza, because this isn't just the best pizzerias list, this is the best restaurant list. If you took pizza off the table at Razza and just had their kale Caesar, you just had their meatballs, you just had their bread and butter flight, which if anyone else did it, I would think is pretentious and obnoxious. But then you have it there and you're like, oh my God, I didn't realize I needed this in my life. And you do. The cocktails are supreme. Miss me with the boring Aperol spritz and all that. I had an Amaro spritz there that was sensational. And then save some room for dessert because this place is the reason I fell in love with panna cotta. If you haven't had panna cotta, I like to describe it as Italian flan. I don't know how Italians or Mexicans would feel about that, but it's a creamier, more subtle like custardy dish, and they do it with the salted caramel. That's just my mouth is watering just thinking about it. But the pizza, we got to talk about the pizza, and their burrata pie was named one of the best pizzas in the state by NJ.com. Their seasonal pies are excellent, whether it's their corn pie, whether it's their fungi pie. They do a Santos pie with hot chilies. I've lived in Jersey City for more than a decade now. I've seen restaurants come and go. I've seen great places open and close. Razza is in for the long haul. Razza, if I can send people to one restaurant in Jersey City, it's gonna be Razza because for the price, for the experience, for the variety of food, and not just pizza. I can't think of a better dining experience in Jersey City. Have you been?
I have. The first time I went, I interned for Alessia at Beyond the Plate Food Tours, and Razza is one of the partners, and it was during COVID. And I remember she had her guests, she got one regular margarita and I think an Italian margarita. There's two types of margaritas on the menu, and they're like, oh, taste the difference. And that changed my life. And every single time I go to Jersey City, I have to make a stop to Razza, either if it's like a takeout pie, take my friends there. I feel like there's a lot of hype to Razza, but it's rightfully right hype. Like it's not like overhyped, but it's like the right amount of hype.
Look, it's not number one on this list for a reason. It's not the best, but it's right up there. Mm-hmm. And I understand people get annoyed with hype and attention because Razza's gotten plenty of it. But it's not just Pete Wells saying it's the best pizza in New York. It's not just us saying it's one of the best pizzas in New Jersey. Italian websites have named it one of the best pizzas in the world. And I listen to Italians when it comes to pizza. Razza, it used to be really hard to get a table at Razza. Now they're on Resi, and they've expanded their dining room. So Razza, no longer the insanely difficult table to get, but still worthy of a special occasion, or if you're just craving the best Neapolitan pizza in New Jersey. Lauren, number 4 is Al Basha in Patterson.
So I love Al Basha. It's a Middle Eastern restaurant. So my first visit was me and my best friend. So she found out about this restaurant from her friend's ex-boyfriend who was Middle Eastern. And I was like, okay, let's go visit the spot. So it was in 2018. It used to be located in a small, worn-in space that didn't look like much from the outside. I was like, where are you taking me? But little did I know that it hid also some of the best food I ever had, making it one of my favorites in the state. And I constantly dream about their freshly made pita. Whenever I order it, it just comes out piping hot. I open it, it burns my hands, but it's totally worth it. Dipped in the creamiest hummus alongside their amazingly charred kebabs, smeared with the fluffiest garlic sauce. I have to make sure whenever I get takeout or take out the rest of my leftovers, I ask for extra sauce. But then in 2021, they opened to a newer spot, and it's much bigger now, which is great because I know their old spot was kind of a little cramped, but they still have that spot for takeout. And what is it? Yeah, I guess they got a bigger location because word of mouth just made them more popular. Since I heard it from word of mouth, I keep going there all the time. But it still has the same food I fell in love with. And I still have my fair share of Middle Eastern eats around the state, but I feel like none of them compares to Al Basha. And the last time I went actually was in March when my best friend who took me there for the first time came to visit from Virginia. And we decided like, oh yeah, let's go. This was in March. I didn't realize it was Eid. It was completely packed. I was like, oh man, like they were packed. They weren't taking any more people. So I'm just like, where are we supposed to go next? And we were really craving some Middle Eastern food. So we went to another place, the next town over. And the minute I walked inside, I saw they had prepackaged pita on their tables, and it broke my heart a little bit. I'm just like, yeah, this place isn't gonna hit the same way, but yeah, Al Basha, definitely a place to stop by. It's an iconic spot in New Jersey.
Al Basha speaks to the culinary wonders of Paterson. Absolutely, I think Paterson might be the most underrated food town in
100%.
And Paterson gets a bad rap. We have written about it plenty, but some people don't want to go to Paterson. You're missing out on incredible Middle Eastern food, great Italian food, great hot dogs, R.I.P. Libby's lunch. But yeah, I've not been to Al Basha, and you've been telling me about it for a long time, so I got to get there.
It's so good. And like you said, like Paterson doesn't have the best rap, but even like when I first went, I said like, oh, where are you taking me? It's like a really rundown place. And now I can't wait to go to Paterson every single time just to go to Al Basha. And there's a lot of great eats there too. So I feel like just because it's not the best looking town doesn't mean it doesn't have like the best food. It's definitely worth a try.
We've made it to the top 3 of New Jersey's top 99 restaurants per NJ.com. We made it to the top 3 of NJ.com's 99 best restaurants in New Jersey. Pete, I got you for number 3, Satara in Atlantic City.
This is Atlantic City's most singular, one-of-a-kind dining experience. Maybe the state's. I mean, it's from the outside. It's like a mosque with domes, a mural of like a sun-dappled sky, and it's located on this really dreary stretch of Arctic Avenue. I mean, this place is just an apparition, is what it's like. And inside, it looks like a Casablanca courtyard, flowers, plants. It's the only, believe it or not, it's the only Atlantic City's only French restaurant, but you really go there for the Middle Eastern food. The kebabs are crazy good. They do a yogurt with cucumbers and mint. But the interior will take your breath away. I mean, it's just that whole Casablanca courtyard look. And it finished high on our list, obviously, of Atlantic City's best restaurants. You can look that up. But Sitar means, again, star in Persian, and it is a star.
Atlantic City, just while the city might be down on its luck, it's still amazing for dining, and not just your typical Italian food and steakhouses and stuff. If I've not been to Satara, but Pete, if I'm going to get one thing there, what should I be eating?
There's a chicken dish called Kwabili Palau. It's a slowly cooked chicken and baked with Afghan rice and what else is in there? House spices, topped with raisins and sweet carrots. Wow, I said in my story on them. My another wow was for the Afghan rice pudding. Flavored with cardamom, rose water, topped with crushed pistachios. That is, we really should do a rice pudding list.
Pete, I noticed.
And I'll mention it's not in Atlantic City, but Louisa's Cafe in Cape May, they do a rice pudding that I want. I actually, on my way out, I asked, can I buy this by like the bucket or something? Because it was so freaking good. It's absolutely the best rice pudding I've ever had in the state. But that's in Cape May. But the one in Sitar is nearly as good.
Rice pudding ranking coming soon. But for now, Sitar number 3 on the NJ.com 99. Number 2, number 2 gonna call my name again. The Surgeonsville Inn in Surgeonsville. Let me tell you, it was a cold night in early November. A buddy of mine went out to Surgeonsville, way out in Hunterdon County. It was a long drive. I was like, man, this meal better be good. I had a friend, he's actually the head chef at Smithereens in the East Village in New York, told me that his mentor, Sean Gray, who previously was the executive chef at Momofuku Ko in the city, was working here now. Quite the departure from Momofuku Ko. This is not fine dining. He went from haute cuisine to American comfort food, and I've seen a million menus like this. I've seen, the duck breast and the steak frites and the onion rings and the deviled eggs and fried chicken. I ain't never had it like this. This was, if it wasn't the best meal I've had in New Jersey this year, it's top 2 because number 1's still on the list. But let me tell you, what Sean Gray is doing at Surgeonsville Inn in this building that is hundreds of years old is nothing short of remarkable. It's affordable, it's delicious, it's comfy. It's Pete, I know you do this the cozy restaurant list. I'm gonna make a case for this spot next year because they tell you that the building is so cold that you need to bring your jacket inside because the building is so old. I was nice and cozy in a corner. I did the chef's tasting menu, where they for $85 they make a personal menu for you. The whole table has to do it. It is worth every single penny because I still dream about the things that they brought. They brought out one deviled egg for each of us. They brought out a piece of fried chicken that was beautifully glazed, crispy on the exterior, golden, delicious on the interior. The beef carpaccio that I don't think I can ever have a roast beef sandwich again because this beef carpaccio was just like unlike anything I've ever had. Not going to see this one coming. The salad. Let me make sure I have the right kind of salad. This radicchio salad that I had there. I wasn't going to order it if I didn't get the chef's menu. And brother, it was perfectly dressed. It had cheddar. It had pears. I don't know with that much dressing. I don't know how healthy it is, but it was damn delicious. We talk about pork chops. Probably the best pork chop I've ever had. Ooh. With these giant onion rings. I immediately sent a picture of the onion rings to my mom because she loves onion rings, and she was like, "We got to go out here." I like the menu is not anything revolutionary, but the presentation, but the preparation. I legitimately I've sent this rec to a few people since I went there, and they're like, "Man, make us drive an hour and a half." Absolutely worth it. Absolutely worth it. The number one picking the number one restaurant for this list was difficult because number one is number one. Surgeonsville Inn is basically 1A. That's how good it was. The service was impeccable. I implore you to get the chef's tasting menu if you can. But if not, they have a blue plate special menu where they have like pickle sandwiches and barbecue quail and fried chicken by the piece. Surgeonsville Inn, further proof that you don't have to be in North Jersey or the Shore to get great food in New Jersey. This place is on the border of New Jersey and Pennsylvania and just absolutely blew my mind.
And the state's only chew-covered bridge minutes away.
Pete Genovese with the Jerseyana for us. All right, folks. It's been a long day of talking about delicious restaurants in New Jersey. The 99 best restaurants in New Jersey. After all that, we're finally here. The number one restaurant in New Jersey, the best restaurant, the top restaurant on NJ.com's list of the 99 best restaurants in New Jersey. Number one is, drum roll please. I don't know if we should do that, so we're also going to do fake drum roll. Drum roll please. And this is where James puts in a drum roll. Karai Kitchen in Jersey City. Lauren, you and I were able to have a lovely meal there not that long ago for this story. And I think you and I came away from that table at 3-hour feast in Jersey City pretty certain this spot had a shot to be number one.
100%. Oh, shit. One second ago. Oops, sorry.
Lauren, I'm pretty sure that we came away from that table confident that if this place wasn't going to be number one, it was going to be close. It is number one. What makes this the best restaurant in New Jersey?
So, Karai Kitchen, it's Bangladeshi food, which is not just a rarity to find in New Jersey, but I feel like it's a rarity to find anywhere in the country pretty much. So, Bangladesh is a small country bordering East Asia. So, this restaurant specifically was opened in 2018 by mother and daughter team Nuri Gulshan Rahman and Nuri Farhana Rahman. So, I'm going to...
Oh, slow down a little bit. Sorry, you're doing great.
Should I start over?
Yeah, I'll bring it again. Just because Bobby was like, we got to get a really good clip of this.
Okay.
So otherwise, you're fine. I just wanted to. All right. Karai Kitchen, the number one restaurant in New Jersey. Lauren, what makes Karai Kitchen the best?
So, Karai Kitchen, it's Bangladeshi food. So, it's not just a rarity to find in New Jersey, it's a rarity to find it anywhere in the country, in my opinion. So, Bangladesh is a small country bordering East Asia. So, this restaurant specifically opened in 2018 by mother and daughter team Nuri Gulshan Ramen and Nuri Farana Ramen. So, I'm going to refer to them as mom
Nuris?
mom Nuri and daughter Nuri. I feel like that's easier that way. So Karai Kitchen celebrates Bangladeshi food at its finest. Boldly spiced, deeply flavorful, and made with family recipes passed down through generations. So I actually featured them in my female chef's piece in 2023. They weren't open for dine-in yet. They were just open for takeout. But they opened for dine-in last year, I believe in February 2024. And what is it? So before that, they had buffet style. But I think they wanted to do it something different. So on Fridays and Saturdays, they have an exclusive Amma's Dawat, so it's Bengali for Mother's Feast. And like you mentioned, it is an eight course feast for $85. And I feel like, I don't think it was 8 courses, because I feel like when we were on, I thought it was the 5th course, and daughter Nuri was like, oh no, this is just the 3rd course. I'm like, this is just the 3rd course?
It's a long meal. It's a long meal and a delicious meal. I had been getting takeout from Karai Kitchen in the past. I never had a chance to sit down and do the Dawat. It's an experience. It's a truly one of a kind. Because look, there are restaurants in New Jersey that do the no menu, just sit down, we'll feed you thing. But the way Karai Kitchen coaches you through the meal, and that, and like, cause the owner's daughter Nuri, she's like a cheerleader.
100%.
She's explaining to you the dishes that are coming out, and she's telling you guys don't eat too much because there's a lot of food coming. And the excitement is contagious, and not just from her and her mother, the amazing chef, the James Beard nominated chef, the people around you. Because it's a small restaurant in this very unassuming section of Journal Square in Jersey City. This is not downtown. This isn't even the Heights. It is like, it's in the cut. And the way that we were surrounded by people who clearly hadn't had Bangladeshi food like that in a long time, and they would mention a dish that was coming out, and people would start cheering. People would start like I felt like we were at a sporting event.
100%. The couple next to us were Bangladesh, and they were just like, "Oh my god, yeah, that dish that we had when we were like kids or something like that." And I'm just
It's so authentic. It's like it's not often that I go to a restaurant and I'm served something that I've never had before, just because I eat a lot of food professionally, and I can't even name all the things that I was fed at this meal, but they were all delicious. Talk about the goat biryani with tuna kebabs, which was I didn't even know that was a thing. Absolutely phenomenal. Just really, really special. I think you and I agree the murger roast is probably the best dish that they serve. And I mean, you know about that better than I do. What can you tell me about that dish?
The murger roast, it's a Bangladeshi traditional chicken roast. It had very tender chicken. I don't actually know the ingredients in it.
There's so many ingredients in this recipe that I think that the chef is it on Food and Wine?
It's on Food and Wine.
Yeah.
So they had the recipe featured on Food and Wine. It has 5 stars right now. And definitely has 5 stars in our eyes, 100%. It was truly what's the word for it? I can't find a word. I'm freezing.
You're good.
It was truly flavorful, especially with the rice. So the one thing to point out too, a lot of restaurants have wine pairings, but this restaurant in particular had rice pairings. So they had basmati rice, jasmine rice. I feel like each entree that we got, we had a different rice paired with it. And they insist that you mix. I mean, they tell you to mix the dish with the rice. It's essential to the experience. And they also tell you to eat with your hands, which is very, very cool. That is not something you do at many restaurants. And they encourage it, and they give you little like wet naps to clean your hands. All right, I want to try one thing. We're gonna close the laptops, and we're just gonna have. I just want to have a conversation. We might cut this. I don't know, but basically, just because I just want this to be like us recounting our meal. The no notes. The notes are great. I'm glad we got that. It's good for the pod, but we might want just for a clip of just us talking more authentically, or more on the spot,
casually.
Oh, there you go.
Candidly. Yeah. There we go. The number 1 restaurant in New Jersey. The number 1 restaurant on NJ.com's list of the 99 best restaurants in New Jersey, Karai Kitchen in Jersey City. Lauren, we ate there not that long ago, and we came away from that table. We knew it was going to be pretty high on the list, but it came out number 1 because I really can't think of any restaurant in New Jersey or anywhere really that does it quite like that.
100%. Especially it's Bangladeshi food. So that's just a rarity to find anywhere, especially in, I feel like the country, not just in New Jersey. And it's a country surrounding like bordering East India. And I feel like it gets covered a lot by Indian cuisine. And this restaurant in particular made sure that didn't happen with their hashtag no chicken tikka masala.
No, this is not a place you go for butter chicken or
naan or anything like that. Like, you're not going to find stuff like that on this menu. It's very unique. It's not like Indian food. It's really spiced, deeply flavorful, and it opened in 2018 by Mother Nuri and Daughter Nuri. They're both
the same name.
Same names. So I'm going to refer to them Mother Nuri and Daughter Nuri. So Mom Nuri usually handles everything in the back with the kitchen, the cooking, and Daughter Nuri handles everything in the front. And so for the longest time, they had a buffet style when they started in 2018. Obviously, the pandemic happened, and they kind of just shifted to just strictly takeout. And then in 2023, they still weren't open for dine-in. I wrote them for my female chef's piece for NJ.com, and it was a great piece. And then I think a year after, last year in February, they decided to open for dine-in just for Fridays and Saturdays. It's called Amma's Dawat. For $85, you'll get a 8-course feast, which was more like 15 courses that I think about it.
It feels like even more.
100%.
And the best part is Daughter Nuri, she's like a cheerleader. Like she coaches you through the whole meal. She warns you it's going to be a lot of food or she promises a lot of food and they deliver. It is an insane amount. It's and it's just so many things that I've never even seen on a menu before. Whether it was, goat biryani with tuna kebabs, the different mashes. I forget what
it was called borta. So it's like different mashes of like vegetables, meat, and I hate eggplant. I never reach for eggplant, and they had mashed eggplant on there. I don't know what they added to that, but I just could not stop eating it. And what else?
The fish. It was like a fried river fish that was so light and crispy and delicious. The murga roast, which is so good that Mother Nuri gave the recipe to
Food and Wine magazine.
Food and Wine.
So
it's like a million different ingredients. It takes a bunch of different preparations, and it's like the most tender, well spiced, like insanely flavorful chicken I've ever had. The goat biryani with the tuna kebabs and all. Every rice goes so well with it. And I just, doing a story like this is hard.
It is.
Because and it's not just us pumping up our work. It's not just us pumping up the state. New Jersey has that many food options. It has that much diversity. But even in a state like New Jersey, finding Bangladeshi food is not easy. And for us to be surrounded by people they were from Bangladesh, right? And they would announce the next course and they'd say it was the murga roast, or they'd say it's the fish, or they'd say it's the goat biryani, and people would start clapping. These were things, some of these things I'd never even heard of, but I know they had heard of them and they were so excited because they hadn't had it in a long time. They hadn't had it this authentically. Every dish was incredible, and the experience was even better than the food, which is saying something.
And Daughter Nuri it was kind of like a dinner and a show. She was giving us so much commentary, and it was like a lot of funny stuff. I thought we were on the 5th course with the amount of dishes we got, and she told us we were just on the 3rd. And I was like, oh no, we're only on the 3rd course.
The New York Times recently went there and wrote a rave review. It's gonna be hard. It's gonna be hard to get a reservation anyway. But now because they do the Dawat only on Fridays and Saturdays, get a reservation. Don't look at the menu. Don't look at the website. Just go and experience it. You're going to be eating with your hands, which they encourage. And it's not often that a meal, I've had plenty of good meals in the state. It's not often that a meal stops me in my tracks like this one.
Yeah.
It was really I pride myself in knowing food, and this meal really had me I feel like it expanded my horizons. The best restaurant in New Jersey.
Yeah, I feel like we eat so much food, especially as food writers, but we're very rarely breaths are taken away by a restaurant like that. And me, after, I could not stop thinking about that meal for days. Even now, it's been almost a month since we eaten there, I still can't stop thinking about it. It was a very good experience. I highly recommend it. And now that I know Bangladeshi food has not had a spotlight. And I think after this, hopefully after this list comes out, it will finally have a spotlight, especially in a state like New Jersey where it's very diverse.
And it speaks to, you can go, because there's so much good food here. Or what I'm trying to say here. I think some of us tend to stay in our bubbles, tend to just, eat the food we know we like. We know we like Italian food, or we know we like tacos, or we know we like, pizza or whatever. This list of cuisines from across the world, restaurants across the state, the diversity and variety in this state is truly mesmerizing, and it's a privilege to get to write about it with this incredible team, and it's a privilege that we get to experience it, that we get to eat all these incredible foods. The fact that a Bangladeshi restaurant in this tiny little corner of Journal Square is the best restaurant in New Jersey speaks to just how damn good the food in New Jersey is. I think I'm gonna read the outro, and then we'll be good.
How do you think that one?
Was that?
How do you think that one?
I thought it was good.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good option to have if nothing else.
Yeah.
No. But wow, I'm starving. My stomach is rumbling, and I'm sure yours is too if you're listening. Thank you so much to Lauren Musni, Chris Burch, of course, Pete Genovese for coming on to talk about this incredible, incredible story. Thank you to Bobby Olivier, not only our executive producer, but the man who orchestrated this whole story. Thank you to Dwayne Uzaro and to Andre Malak for being here to do our video producing. James Shapiro, our audio producer. If you have... of course, thank you to Schmutz Adels for our theme song. If you have questions, episode ideas, guest suggestions, anything of that nature, please email us at jerseysbestpodcast@gmail.com. Like, subscribe, all that stuff. We're a new podcast. We need those reviews. We need those subscriptions. 5 stars, baby. Just like a restaurant. And please consider subscribing to NJ.com. There's a link in the episode notes. New Jersey needs high-quality journalism, and our journalists need you. Tune in again next week for the latest episode of Jersey's Best Podcast. And remember, Jersey forever.